ECOSOC's Wednesday's general segment tackled the economic and social repercussions of the Israeli occupation on Palestine, where member states were briefed on the report of UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, revealing hard facts of the harsh reality on the ground, from continued settlements in Palestinian territory proclaimed illegal by the International Criminal Court to blockading access to humanitarian assistance for Palestinian civilians.
Last June, the Israeli authorities have disclosed that they have revoked the residency permits of around 250,000 Palestinians from the West Bank and the Gaza Strip before the establishment of the Palestinian Authority in 1994. This policy is still ongoing in East Jerusalem as part of a clear strategy of changing facts on the ground in violation of international law, including Security Council Resolution 478.
Palestinians have endured 45 years of Israeli occupation. The UN Security Council also held a formal meeting on Wednesday on the security and political concerns over the situation in the Middle East, which also includes Syria and Lebanon. Meanwhile, member states at ECOSOC's general session voiced their stand on the social and economic impacts while proposing draft resolutions up for adoption.
Today, the resolutions were introduced. Negotiations are still ongoing. The first one refers to the non-autonomous territories. The second resolution talks specifically about the Israeli occupation into the Palestine territories and the situation of Palestine within those territories, as well as the situation of the Arab population in the occupied Syrian Golan.
And the United Nations must realize that dealing with this patient, i.e. the occupying authority, cannot be done simply by passing resolutions, and therefore we demand the international community, again, to form a true will to implement its relevant resolutions, because words have fallen on deaf ears.
ECOSOC is not an appropriate place to discuss these political issues. However, I would like to say that, not surprisingly, this presentation completely omits the ongoing rockets fire at Israeli civilians from Gaza.
Holding observer status at the UN, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas submitted an application to the Secretary General for the admission of Palestine as a full member state of the United Nations based on 1967 borders just last year, of which many member states expressed full support. Palestine was granted full UNESCO membership last year.
We heard a full report by the Secretary General, which is quite shocking. The situation in Palestine is a priority for the UN, both from a political and from an economic point of view.
Palestine is calling on ECOSOC member states to support the draft resolution, because doing so would help contribute upholding international law and the rights to a people's social and economic development. Afaf Kanja for South News, United Nations.